मास्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति।
क्वेश्चन मुझे पढ़ेंगे। One second. You had something to ask. No.
No, it's just how the Buddhism is because the Vedas are far and before Buddhism. How does Buddhism come into picture? I was just wondering. Buddhism.
Yeah, that I will talk in some other context. Yeah.
Obligation is not a reason. Rose gives fragrance because it knows nothing else.
Yes.
This is at one level.
Yes.
Rose gives fragrance because only upon giving out its fragrance can it die and go back to its airiness. This is at different higher level. Where is the logic wrong? The concluding part of verse 17 of Bhagavad Gita. You use obligation extensively. That looks very confusing.
Yes.
The word obligation.
Correct.
Obligation is changing now.
Correct. ஏன்னா அவர் அவ்வளோ கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணுறார் அந்த வருஷத்தில். I am not confusing. He is confusing it so much. For he is saying, verse number 17 of chapter 4, he says, Gahana karmano gatihi. Gati means the path. Gahana karma. The path that karma takes you is so deep, you don't know where you will land. It's so deep, Arjuna, the gati that it takes you. Everybody is doing action and you do not know where your action is taking you. So deep it is. He is talking about it as though he is frightening. He is saying, be careful. Be careful, that's all he said. Now, what is it in action that we have to be careful about? So, he is giving a warning. From that warning, we pick the clue and we elaborate on that. We do our inquiry on that. So, what is it that is doing? What is it that that nature of action is so deep, so impenetrable? At one level, it is very straightforward and very simple. Very straightforward and very, very simple. Raga, Dvesha. Court the Raga and avoid the Dvesha. Why are you complicating? That's all it is. At one level, it is Raga and Dvesha. At another level, no. Not driven by Raga and Dvesha, but driven by the sense of obligation. Niyatam kuru karmatvam, he says. He has said it already and he is repeating it again. You have to do your obligatory duties. Then we go into a detailed elaboration of what is that obligatory duty. I didn't touch upon it at all because touching upon that is touching on the subject matter of the entire Karmakanda portion of the Vedas. Because the entire Karmakanda portion talks about that one word. He has simply said, do what your obligation is. That is the entire Karmakanda portion of the entire action portion. Karmakanda means the portion in relation to action. At one stage it will praise action. At another stage it will say Veda Vada Rataha. At third level it will say blinded people will do all this. Now the exact Karmakanda portion of the Vedas, today we don't call it as Karmakanda portion, today we call it as Dharma Shastra. What we call as Dharma Shastra today is nothing but telling us about what is our obligatory actions. அவ்வளவுதான். இன்னும் பெரிய what is the Dharma Shastra? Telling us what you should do, what you should not do. If you do what you ought to do, what is the phala? If you avoid doing that, what is the phala? இதெல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு இருக்கிறோம், அதெல்லாம் பண்ணா what is the Nishiddha karma? Prohibited actions. So all these discussions in one word is called karma. In one word karma, the entire Karmakanda portion of the knowledge has entered it. Now, I deliberately didn't go into that subject at all because Adalapona, that's another, not that we should not study that. But then, what he is calling as Jnana Karma ka against that. Chapter 4, he is calling it as Jnana Karma, where the knowledge must come and transcend the karma. So, there we have to talk about Nishkama, liberation as in the ultimate. But why we have a doubt of obligations is because all along we have been thinking whatever we are doing is, whatsoever I am doing already is obligatory duties. Oh, therefore, Nanu Vedantavum, we are on the same page. No. Innu aarambikave illa. We have not yet even started. Gahana karmano gatihi. And the turning point he gives. Because you assume that you are doing your, I am doing my obligatory duties already. I am doing my obligatory duties, sir. As a husband, I am doing what I am supposed to do. As a wife, I am doing what I am supposed to do. As a worker in an organization, I did what I ought to do. Therefore, right through, I have been doing only obligatory duties. No. You didn't even start it. Appa there is a jolt. Appa something in you shaken to the core, and you wake up and ask with anger oda kekkanum. Yeah, அவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி anger oda you should ask. That man's anger was so beautiful because he is thinking so deeply. He is saying with anger you should ask. What is that? On what basis you are authoritatively saying that I am not doing my obligatory? What is the pramanam for that? Are you drunk or something? Are you unmatta or something for you to say that? On what basis are you saying that? Now we are on the same page of discussion. Now we are on the same page of discussing it. Okay. Step number 1. What is the difference between karma and karma yoga? That's why I brought in that question. What is the difference between karma and karma yoga? Okay. Social service panna karma yoga. Vedanta Institute Madras ku pona karma yoga. Aathalu ukandirundha karma va. Class வந்து எடுத்தா கர்ம யோகா, ஆத்துல உட்காந்து டாம் ஹேங்க்ஸ் மூவி பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தா. How do you distinguish karma and karma yoga? What is the distinction? Angada the nishkama comes in. All along karma is driven with the raga and dvesha. Now I am trying to do the same thing, not different. Carefully follow. Going back and doing the same thing without this kama is karma yoga. Not starting something new. எல்லாருக்கும் புதுசா ஆரம்பிக்கணும். அதெல்லாம் ஒரு ஜாலி இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் ஒரு எனர்ஜி வருது, கிக். ராகத்வேஷத்தினுடைய affected by raga and dvesha. Do you follow what I am saying? See, karma yoga is not starting something new. Karma yoga is all along have been doing karma in a particular way. What is that way? Ragadvesha. Now trying to do the same thing without Ragadvesha. பிடிச்சிருக்கோ பிடிக்கலையோ,
Obligated. Okay.
பிடிச்சிருக்கு பிடிக்கல, ரிசல்ட் வரும் வராது, இதெல்லாம் these are all not the reasons.
Transcending Raga Dvesha and coming into obligatory.
Yeah, you are not transcending, you are attempting to do the same action without Raga Dvesha. அதனாலதான் Arjuna, go back and fight. Try and practice it in your area. Don't try and practice it in புதுசால போய் ட்ரை பண்ணாத. Go back and try in your same area, because already you have some skill there. It is relatively easy to practice there. New ground vanda. Don't try and don't get into something new. But then, because of the dvesha and because of other reasons about the hatred that we have developed over what we are doing now, we want something new. Now what have we started? The seed for the next cycle is the seed for the next cycle is sown. On top of it, you delude yourself to believe that you are doing the Karma Yoga also. And then come back and ask, why am I the same? Why am I the same? Why am I not growing? Karma Yoga didn't start at all. You follow? Therefore, I said, first thing is, where obligatory actions was very clear to everybody, create a confusion. A confusion there. What is the confusion there? All along you have been thinking you are doing your obligatory. It is. But Raga Dvesha is that which is driving it, and you are not even aware that it is driven by Raga and Dvesha, likes and dislikes. You follow? So, first thing is karma has to be turned into Karma Yoga, where you should try it. Where you should try it? Don't start a social service organization to practice it. Go back and practice it in the area where you have some expertise already, and see how much are you able to do that. If you are not able to do it here, what makes you to believe that you can do it in a new area? But you believe it is possible in a new area because of the new Raga and Dvesha. It's a new set of likes and dislikes have come in. Therefore, from one karma you move into another karma only. You don't move from karma to Karma Yoga. That is why they say, if you are a carpenter, go back to carpentry. If you are a plumber, go back to plumbing. If you are a teacher, go back to teaching. If you are a butcher, go back to butchery. Where is the problem? You follow? And obligations is decided by what? All along obligations has been decided by your likes and dislikes. It is not decided by your likes and dislikes. It's not decided by your attachments. It is decided by a higher authority. Your likes and dislikes, your attachments decides your obligation, and then it is not obligation. See, Shastra also says take care of your family. Because of your attachment, you are taking care of the family. It doesn't mean you are doing your obligation. And the clarity varum. Shastra says take care of your family. You are attached to your family and you take care of it. அதுதான் இந்த லிட்ரல் மீனிங் எடுத்துன்னு இந்த கன்க்ளூஷன் வருது. Take care of the family. I am taking care of the family. Therefore, I am doing my obligation. அங்கதான் புத்தி comes and says, no. Don't take the literal meaning.
The attitude behind it.
Take the bhava behind it. Don't take it as if you take the literal meaning, everybody is doing their obligations only. It means the world must be full of karma yogins and the whole world must be a liberated place. Yeah. All the devas will want to come here. Swargata uttutu, they will want to come here. But then we wanted to run away from. It means what? We take the literal meaning of what they say and that which we are already doing the same because of likes and dislikes, we assume it is check whether in your existing can you do anything without kama. Angada, it becomes a testing ground. This is where your obligations, your field of activity becomes a testing ground for you to do obligations. Now the difference is, it is not driven by raga dvesha anymore, it is driven by dharma. The moment dharmandra word ulla vandutale conflict da. The moment the word dharma comes in, it will be conflicting with raga and dvesha. So the entire portion of Dharma Shastra, the Karmakanda portion, talks about the obligatory actions of Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma, Nishiddha Karma for each and every Varna, for each and every Ashram. Carefully follow. For each and every Varna, for each and every Ashrama. Varna means the four categories. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Ashramas means Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. What is my obligation? You can't generally ask what is my obligation. Tell me where you are. And although when the student comes and prostrates to the Guru asks, who are you? Who are you? Know what is he asking? In the Varna, in the Ashrama. Adu sonnada? Obligatory actions can be told. இது ரெண்டு மட்டுமே இருந்தா போருமா? பத்தாது. Third, Purusha. What type of a Purusha are you? What type of a Purusha? Male or female? Purusha is common. Purusha doesn't mean male. Purusha means being. The male according to the Varna and Ashrama, the female according to the Varna and Ashrama. இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப காம்ப்ளிகேட்டடா இருக்கும் போல் இருக்கே. இதெல்லாம் என்னைக்கு தெரிஞ்சுண்டு? When will I learn all this and start practicing? Don't worry, we make it very simple, they say. The great sages, they say we make it very, very simple. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The Chaturvida. We are not making it that complicated. Keep the basics simple. What are the four? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma as an integral part, wealth as an integral part, Kama as an integral part, and Moksha as the result. What type of moksha you are looking for determines how much you have understood the first three. What you call as moksha or what you are inspired as moksha depends upon how rightly you have done the three. So first is dharma. Then comes artha. Dharma means Dharma Shastra telling you what you should do, what you should not do. So if you have to do all this karma, what is important for karma? That which is important for karma is artha. You can't do karma without artha. Jnanam pannanum artham vanda. Karma pannanumna you need artha. If I have to come from my house to here to do this action of talking, I need artha. Without artha, now if I am sitting and doing jnanam, I don't need. If I am going to sit in my own place and do this atma vichara inside of myself, I don't need artha. Therefore, artha becomes an essential element to acquire if you have to do dharma. For dharma are you able to follow? If action has to be done, you need You need artha. அப்பாடா இப்பதான் சார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நாள் கரெக்டா சொல்லிருக்கேன். So let me go and acquire wealth. That artha is not for the fulfillment of kama. At one stage you fulfill kama. As you are fulfilling your kama, understand that you need to get out of it also. You acquire artha, but then you transcend it also. Correct sir, I transcended, for I gave everything to my children. So I transcended. How you should give? The Kathopanishad gives that example. Kathopanishad starts with the king doing Vishwajit Yajna. Vajasravas is father of Nachiketas, and the Kathopanishad starts with his father doing this Yajna called Vishwajit Yajna. Vishwajit Yajna, Yajna conquering the universe. அதுக்கு என்ன யஜ்ஞம்? அதுக்கு ஒரு யஜ்ஞம் இருக்கு. காமியமா there is a அதுக்கு ஒரு யஜ்ஞம். எல்லாருக்கும் அதானே வேண்டியிருக்கு. எங்க போனாலும் நான் பாஸா இருக்கணுங்கிறது தானே விஸ்வஜித்னா என்ன? wherever I go I should be the boss. If I walk in here I should be the boss. If I walk into the house அதான் விஸ்வஜித்னா what does it mean? Beautiful. The starting point of the Upanishad itself is one. Vajasravas is doing Vishwajit Yajna. This desire of wanting to get there is correct, but what is the method for that? Angadhan dharma comes. Dharma Shastra comes in telling you the upaya, the technique to get there. You want to become Vishwajit? Perfectly alright. What is the technique? What is the upaya to get there? Angadhan checkpoint. All that you have acquired has to be given away. What all you have acquired till date, it has to be given away, and that night you have to go back empty-handed. Raghuvamshala, the king Raghu did it. They say Raghuvamsha is the ancestor of Rama, and the king Raghu did this Vishwajit Yajna. From the next day onwards, he started cooking in mud pots because he has given away everything. இல்ல வேணுங்கிறதெல்லாம் வச்சிருந்து மிச்சதெல்லாம் கொடுத்தா விஸ்வஜித் கிடையாது. ஸோ கிவ் அவே எவ்ரிதிங். எவ்ரிதிங்னா ஐ வில் பிகம் பாப்பர் அண்ட் போண்டின். விஸ்வஜித் எங்கேருந்து வரும்? இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் தட், திஸ் இஸ் த fire, and the father did that. When he did that, நம்மள மாதிரி விஸ்வஜித். விஸ்வஜித்துக்கு நமக்கும் வித்தியாசம் கிடையாது. He said, okay, கொடுக்கணும் தானே, ரைட், கொடுக்கணும் தானே சொல்லியிருக்கு. என்ன கொடுக்கணுன்றது, எப்ப கொடுக்கக்கூடிய பொருளுடைய தன்மை பற்றி அதில் இல்லை. The nature of the object is not told. Give everything. So what he did, he went and saw what all he doesn't need, what all is useless, எல்லாத்தையும் ஒரு மூட்டை. He made everything into a, and then he started giving that away. How do you know that? The description, look, the mantras actually, just 120 mantra தான், 120 mantras தான் Kathopanishad. ஒரு மந்த்ரா வச்சுன்னா you can talk for 1 year. ஏன்னா அதில் அவ்வளோ how much of material matter in that. He describes how it is. Nachiketas describes the quality of the objects that the father is giving away as a gift. What is the best gift you can give? Cow. In those days, cows are the best gift you can give. And he is giving away gifts. He is giving gifts. What is the nature of the cow? He doesn't say useless cow. தானமா கொடுக்கிற யஜ்ஞ ஷாலாக்குள்ள வந்த பசுவை should never be told useless, but it has to be indicated that it is useless. How to do that? அதான் that boy's clarity. The cow that yielded milk once, the cows that drank water once. Fit cow na 20-30 liters of water it has to drink. drank water once in anartham. Now it has become useless. So he goes and asks the father, this is not the way to gift. Now you can't go and tell the father also that you are doing wrong, because again it is against the Shastras, the Shastra Virodha. You can't go and tell the father what you are doing is wrong. Abdi sonna, it is அதுக்குன்னு ஒரு நரக்கம் இருக்கு. Don't worry, நமக்கு நிறைய நரக்கம் தான் இருக்கு அப்படிலாம் பார்த்தோம்னா. How many times I have went and told my father, you don't know what you are doing. உனக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? Only I know. And Nachiketas knew that. So he goes and tells the father that he has to tell him that what he is doing is wrong. At the same time it should not be Shastra. See, why I am giving all this example is how difficult it is to do karma yoga in the way that it ought to be done. I am giving the story only to describe that, not for a story session. I am not interested. But I know stories nalla irukku sir. Concepts oda stories are more interesting. Aduve konjam we'll have more of stories. So he goes and tells the father, all that you claim as yours you should give away as a dhanam, then only Vishwajit Yaga is fulfilled. Now you keep saying my son, my son, my son. It means you need to give me also as a gift. So to whom are you going to give me as a gift? To whom are you going to give me as a gift? Other question. Father ignored Chinnapayan. Something useless. He was asking him. He ignored him. Second time when he is giving dhanam, dhanam சொல்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி we have the beautiful mantra, no? அனந்த புண்ணிய பலதம் அத சாந்தி பிரயச்சம் அதெல்லாம் சொல்லி தான் கொடுக்கணும். இதன் நம்ம எல்லாம் ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்பாலேருந்து ஆரம்பிப்பான். ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்ப கர்ப்பஸ்தம் ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்பாலேருந்து நான் பண்ணின்னு வந்த புண்ணியங்கள் எல்லாம் எனக்கு வாண்டான்னு சொல்றது தான். They do it today. Even today these Brahmins, they do wonderful mantra, but thank God they don't know what they are doing. If only they know what they are doing, they will stop doing it. And they don't derive any pala out of it also, because they don't know what they are. Hiranya garbha garbhastham hema bijam ananda punya baladam adasha blah 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 blah. And then they say na mama. Avru he also. Now what does it mean? Idu varaikum what all Hiranya garbha is the cosmic. From that beginning lerundu na what all I have kamyama, what all I have done and acquired, all the time giving it away. So Hiranya garbha la solli you are doing that. இனிமே இந்த மாதிரி இதுக்கு I am not going to make effort at all for this anymore. இந்த நாள் வரைக்கும் பண்ண தப்பெல்லாம் மன்னிச்சு take it. And that man is doing a greatest benefit by taking it. ஒருத்தர் உங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் கொடுத்தது ஒருத்தர் வாங்கிக்கிறாருன்னா he is doing a greatest punya to you. அதனால தான் நான் நிறைய வாங்கிக்கிறேன், கொடுங்க. Who wants to touch it? Na mama say that. That is why the wise man says yes, but say na. And the bhava. Why I am saying all this? How difficult it is to practice karma yoga. Karmas we have been doing, but when do we start doing it as karma yoga? Okay, இங்கதான் by mistake. எல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு பலவச்சனம் சொல்லுங்க. What all I will get. You are tadastu. My God, karma has started again. அங்கேயும் மிஸ்டேக்கா? ஓகே, ஓம் தத்சத் பிரம்மார்ப்பணம் வஸ்துன்னு சொல்லியாவது you see, at every stage the karma comes and interferes, and they have kept a built-in method as to how to get away from it. Why? Because they understood how difficult it is to do this karma. And The same Upanishad says, இதே கட்டோபனிஷத்துல இதம் நான் மம்மன்னு சொல்லும் போது கையெல்லாம் நடுங்குமா. என்ன எவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு சேர்த்தது அது. சும்மா இதன் மம்மன் ஒரு டிராப் விட்டா he says அப்படி அந்த இதன் மம்மன்னு சொல்லும் போது whole body is shivering and trembling because of what? Bandha. Because of the attachment to the fruit. So he can't say idam na mama as in the right way. Tappun idam na mama no mantrama solli shabdarthama solli he escapes, goes to the next. You follow what I am saying? Karma yoga, karma to turn into karma yoga is that much difficult. How does a Kshatriya, this is for a Brahmana, but how does Kshatriya does it, sir? Fight, Arjuna. Get into the fight. If you win, you get the kingdom. Kirti you get. If you die, Swargadvaram apavritam. Unsought for the Swarga comes and also on your lap. What is your problem? You follow? So for everybody, the common formula for everybody is what? That which you ought to do, because you have already trained yourself into that, do it first. Try and do it nishkama there. Are you able to follow the sequence? I am trying to keep it as complicated as possible, more, not simple. You follow? So there you understand that karma yoga is that much difficult. Adukku practicing ground. What is the practicing ground? Vanaprastha is the practicing ground for that. You have not left anything, you are in it and you are practicing it. Vanaprastha. What is Vanaprastha? Grahastha asramathila what all you did, you do it maintaining a distance. Or distance. ஹனிமூன்ல கை பிடிச்சினே உட்கார்ந்த மாதிரி 25 வருஷம் கழிச்சும் கை பிடிச்சினே உட்கார்ந்துருக்க தேவையில்லை. மெயின்டைன் love has to be there, but that bandha has to, are you able to follow? The love is there. You don't get rid of love, but you get rid of that the clinging, that suffocating clinging you get rid of. You don't get rid of love. So they said Vanaprastha becomes a very good practicing ground to do all this. After you have matured in Vanaprastha, sannyasa. Guru comes and says you are fit for sannyasa. That is why sannyasa is known as Diksha. The Guru initiates you into sannyasa because he has understood that you are qualified. You don't take up sannyasa on your own. Sannyasa has to be given by the Guru who has understood that you are qualified. How do you know that? How does he know that you are qualified? Because you are sufficiently established in Vanaprastha. At one stage, I took care of my children. At another stage, they have to take care of themselves. What all I have, I do it as Dhanam. Adu Vanaprastha. But ippalla adella varade kedai. The urgency with which we get into samsara and the kama, we don't get rid of it at all. We don't even realize that it has to be. See, taking care of them is perfectly right at one stage. Saying that you are on your own from today is also important at another stage. Adu Vanaprastha. But today we don't. Yeah, that is not at all. ஏன்னா அந்த தாட்டே கையெல்லாம் நடுங்கும். அதுதான் ஹேப்பன் டு விஸ்வஜித். The thought of all this itself, the body starts trembling and shivering. Nachiketa saw all this and he said, what a learned man is my father, how many students he has, how many people he is teaching, but his hands is shivering. இதெல்லாம் பண்றதுல எந்த ஒரு பிரயோஜனமுமே இல்லைன்ற வைராகிய he got it straight away. His manana was very high. That is why he is an Upanishadic student. He saw his father doing it. Wise learn through the experience of others. Fools their own. Vishwajit learnt through his own. Nachiketas learned through the father. What is the nature of bandha? பையனா இருந்தா கூட நான் சொன்ன பேச்ச கேட்கலன்னா give him poison and kill him. Like who did that? Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu. So what, you are a son, doesn't matter. You should listen to me. If you are not listening to me, I will murder you. To that extent bandha, to that extent that involvement goes. But then he was also an affectionate father. He was also an affectionate father. He told Narada that I will not do anything to you because you took care of my wife because when she was pregnant, that man went to do tapas. Who took care of Hiranyakashipu's wife? Narada. So he says, what an obligation he has. He seems to be now you go and talk to Hiranyakashipu, he will say, I am practicing. What he will say? He will say, I am doing my obligatory duties, I am doing. Idella in the Vedanta lecture because I am already practicing it. Oh no, you are a Hiranyakashipu, how he will understand? When Prahlada didn't listen to him, whether even if he is a son, convince the other to listen to me. If the other person doesn't get convinced, cut the relationship. Correct? First stage, what does everybody try with each other? What do they try with each other? Try to convince one to the other. If you are weak, you will get convinced. If you are strong like Prahlada and stay put, he will even murder you. Even at that point of time, you don't give up. You don't give up your conviction. What is the connection between Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha? At one stage, you acquire Artha for the sake of doing your karmas. At another point of time, you give it. Correct, sir. Giving it to my children. Give it as a dhanam. There, what is happening? All that I have been doing as kamya till now, I am testing whether I am able to do it. Nishkama. All that I am doing it as, I am able to do it. Nishkama. You follow? For some of the, traditionally, when they give wealth, the elder son is supposed to get more. Shastra is like that. Equality like Padam. The elder son gets more. Why? Because of the 10 yajnas, 8 yajnas only that fellow has to do. For him to do that yajna, he needs artha. Therefore, this artha is transferred to him, not for him to indulge, not for him to go and buy another car, for him to do the yajna. That's why I don't get into that kind of a discussion at all. That's why I said, even when I started that, what is the Nitya Naimittika Karma, that portion of Karma Kanda, that Dharma Shastra portion of obligatory action, I didn't even touch upon it because it is very, personally I may know it, personally I may choose to do, but very difficult to, it's not that difficult to talk about. இருக்கிற கொஞ்ச நஞ்ச இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டும் இருக்கிற கொஞ்ச நஞ்ச இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் போயிடும், வர 4-5 பேரும் இருக்கிற கொஞ்ச நஞ்சமும் வரது என்ன பண்றது? அதுக்கு அட்லீஸ்ட் வர பிரம்ம சத்தியம் பிரம்மைவ சத்தியம் பிரம்மைவ சத்தியம் சொல்றதுக்காவது காதல் ஏதாவது வேணுமே, காதல் விழுந்துட்டு இருக்கணுமேனுக்கோசரம் I don't get into that subject matter at all. For the Dharma Shastra talks about the discussion of what is obligate. So they say you do obligatory duties like in the way that it is prescribed, you mature. Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam lokesmin dvivida nishta pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. In the rendu path da it is already clearly established from the beginning. What are you asking, Arjuna, now as though something new? It's very clearly established. Those who have done jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam, for the yogis path is karma yoga. What is karma yoga? Doing that which ought to be done, which was done all along with desire ridden. Now it has to be done desirelessly. Are you okay till now? So desirelessness, what does it mean? When you sacrifice the fruit, when the pala is sacrificed, major portion of the desire is sacrificed. Because you do it only for the pala. You don't do anything without a pala. Even when you want to follow dharma, there is a pala. Even when you take a detour, again it is because of the pala. You follow? What to do? Again, I don't like to do. My conviction says I should not do, but others are forcing me to do. Nobody is forcing anybody to do. It's a testing ground to test whether you have conviction or not. There we fail in, able to follow? There we fail in showing our conviction because we want to take a detour. Because of the other pala. What is the other pala? Why not to disturb? Avoid disturbing? Why disturb the others? Why unnecessarily? Yeah. Why disturb the others unnecessarily? Objectively, ஒரு மீல் நான்வெஜ் சாப்பிட்டா என்ன? Why are you disturbing unnecessarily? இருக்கிற மீட் பீஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்து ஓரமா வச்சுட்டு why can't you eat? You follow? Now where do you draw the line? You draw the line according to how much of manana you have done. What will help you to draw the line? You will draw the line according to the strength of the manana. That is why we say obligation, duties அன்னைக்கு பண்ணாத விட்டா கூட பரவாயில்ல, don't stop doing manana for that day. Because you will draw the line deriving the strength from the manana only. What is manana? At one stage it says drop the fruit. Karmani eva adhikaraha ma paleshu kadachana. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. அப்படி பண்ணா, if I do it like this, if I get rid of the fruit and do an action, what will happen to that? Neha vikramanasosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayade mahato bhayat. Ade Gita he gives the answer to that also. First he says get rid of the pala. If I get rid of the pala, what will Now, at that stage, this doubt will come, and it is right to ask this question, for which he says, Neha Vikramana Shosti, Na Iha Abhikramana. Kramanashrame kadayadu. Pratyavayam. Two kinds of mistakes. Rendume. Neha Vikramana Shosti, Pratyavayo na vidyate. In this, there is no loss of effort, nor does it produce contrary result. Pratyavaya means contrary result. You send your child to get educated and the child comes back as a drug addict. Pratyavaya has happened. Opposite effect. Another is Kramanashi. Avikramanashit. Meaning loss of effort. Loss of effort means for all that I have done, is this what I am supposed to get? When you get rid of the pala and act, these are all the benefits. This motivates a person for Grihastha to Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha to sannyasa is dropping the karmas themselves. That is why symbolically they cut the tuft and they cut the thread. Because in those days everybody had a tuft, everybody wore the sacred thread. Ippada only the sacred thread is only to the Brahmins. In the beginning, male, female, both used to wear thread, sacred thread. And then it became only male, but all the three ashramas. And then came only Brahmana. They also office pombodhu kalti vestu poradhu safer, sir. You follow what I am saying? In sannyasa ashrama, you cut the tuft and you cut the thread, meaning it is symbolic of saying, I don't need to do karma anymore. Who will cut that? The Guru will come and cut it. The Guru will come and cut it. If you have evolved to the level of Ramana Maharshi, you can do it by yourself. But Ramana will never have this doubt. He will never have this problem. He will never come and ask any of these questions. That is a very, very rare category. Sannyasa also is an ashrama. Practice also has to be done there. Who will decide that? The Guru decides that. And then what he initiates you? He initiates you to the Mahavakya Upadesha and the proper Vedanta, the proper Jnanam starts. Then, what we are discussing, we are periphery of Vedanta, and we are so satisfied with the peripherally we think we know. Peripherally we think we have known so much. When you go there only the true Jnanam starts. If you do karma rightly, Arjuna, Gati, what Gati it will take you to? The Jnanam and Moksha. In the same karma, the Gati can be Jnanam, Moksha. In the same karma, the Gati can be Punaha Api. And you really don't know what Gati you are going to get. Gahana Karmano Gatihi. Very difficult for you to know what Gati you are going to get, Arjuna. But the way that you are going, it appears to be the second only. What? Punarapi. Again and Punaha Api da senda Punarapi. Again and again, you are going to go through this same cycle only. Why? Because you have been doing karma and acquired the name Dhananjaya because of the karma. But now do it as karma yoga. All the wars that I fought till now is what? Kamya. Correct. Kamya. Arjuna's hands will shiver. Because all along I thought I am doing the right thing, and the world was also supporting me, everybody was also praising me, and they all made me to believe that Vijaya, சொல்லி அன்னசரி அவங்க வேற ஏற்றி விட்டாங்க இல்லையா, நானே ஏறி கிடக்குறேன், சுற்றி இருக்கிறவங்கெல்லாம் வேற சேர்த்து ஏற்றி விட்டா. நவ் கிருஷ்ணா யூ ஆர் கம்மிங் அண்ட் டெல்லிங் மீ தட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணு ஃப்ரம் த ஸ்கிராச்னா. at least I used to sit and visualize. What will be Arjuna's state at that time? Exactly like Vajasravas. நாமன்னு சொல்லும் போது கையெல்லாம் நடுங்கறதான். His hands is shivering. Why it is shivering? Not because of the loss. He knows how much of hard work he has done to acquire it. What all sacrifices he has done. What all efforts has gone into it. What all sacrifices has gone into it. All that is vyartha. You have to say as na. No, your hands should shiver. Naranjvati shiver ana, 6th time it will not shiver. No, you have moved from vanaprastha to sannyasa. You follow? Gahana karmano gatihi. What is the obligatory action? That he didn't discuss. But he only said, all that you have been doing as obligatory action till date doesn't fit under the definition of obligation at all. Why? Because of attachment to the fruit. You had a fruit in mind and you are so attached to the fruit and you are so concerned by the fruit and you are so affected by the fruit. What is affectation by the fruit? Excitement with success, dejection with failure. Nale karma yoga anga pannalan artham. Are you able to follow? So all along you have been thinking you are doing the right action, no Arjuna. Do you know the gati, where it has taken you? Durgati, Sadgati. 2 paths. The Durgati and the Sadgati. Sadgati le 2 path. Sadgati le 2 path. The path of the sun and the path of the moon. Path of the moon விட்டுட்டு இன்னைக்கு தான் path of the சன்னுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறோம் இல்லையா, அதான் உத்தராயணம். What is the difference in that Sadgati? Adhu Upanishad gives a definition. That Sadgati in Uttarayana is bright. அது வந்து தூமா, ஒரே புகையா இருக்கும். கார்த்தால போகியில் எப்படி இருந்துச்சு அந்த மாதிரி. You see something but still you don't see anything. Which is different from Durgati. Durgati is Naraka, agitations. Sadgati again is of 2 types. What are the 2 types? கொஞ்சம் புண்ணியெல்லாம் பண்ணின்னு வந்தா ஏதோ ஒரு மட்டும் தேசி ஒரு தூம ஹிசஸ். தூமன்னா புகை மண்டலமா இருக்கும்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்? ஏசியா இருக்கும். ஏதோ தெரிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். Chances of falling is more. Then starts the Uttarayana. So, what Gati Arjuna? All along you have been thinking that Gati that it is going to take you is Sadgati. First is it is Durgati. Another later on he says Durgatim Tata Gacchati. Whoever practices this karma yoga, at least they will go to Dhuma Margathilayadu, they will keep going. But one thing that will not, for sure they will not get is Durgati. But the way that you are acting, Arjuna, what you are bound to get? Durgati only. Tata Gacchati. They will not go in the Durgati. Gati means the path. Path to a destination. Path implies the destination. You take a path hoping that you are going to get the destination and you end up in the opposite place. You think you are going to get it, and where do you end up? You end up in the opposite direction. And there you get stunned, there you get confused, and you try to look back, where did I go wrong? You will never know. You can never identify as to where you went wrong. That is why people come back and ask, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Appo we say, nothing, can just bite your teeth and pass this phase. For no knowledge will come and help you at this point of time. Adukosaram don't get superstitious and fall for. Don't become superstitious and go and fall for other things. Gati. Gahana karmano gatihi. That's why in the previous verse 16 he said, even wise don't understand this. He says, no. Even the wisest of human beings also don't know this, Arjuna. Meaning how tough it is, how deep it is, how complicated it is. So at one stage, doing something is an obligation. At another stage, not doing it is an obligation. At what stage not doing it becomes obligation? Only when you have matured to the level of sannyas. Not because of boredom or frustration or irritation. But today we want to stop doing what we ought to do because of what? Boredom. Bore அடிக்கிறது சார். திருப்பி எவ்வளோ நாளைக்கு இதே பண்ணின்னு இருக்கிறது? திருப்பி எவ்வளோ நாளைக்கு சமைச்சுனே இருக்கிறது? என்னால் ஸ்விக்கியில் ஆர்டர் பண்ணிடலாமா? திருப்பி எவ்வளோ நாளைக்கு சாப்பிட்டுனே இருக்கிறதுன்னு ஃபாஸ்ட். அங்கதான் கர்மா கம்ஸ் அண்ட் சேஸ், அந்த கேள்விக்கு சமைச்சுனே இருக்கிறது எதுக்கு? ஸ்டாப் ஈட்டிங். அது முடியாதே அப்படின்னா கோ பேக் அண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் குக்கிங். அதுதான் ஒரு வாரம் குக் பண்ணி ஃப்ரிட்ஜில் வச்சிடலாம். அதுவும் 3 வேளை சாப்பிட்றீங்கன்னா 3 வேளையும் ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷாக இல்லை, ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது 2 வேளை. ஆனால் ஈட் ஒன்லி ட்வைஸ். ஹவு தே கெப்ட் இட் ஸோ, how they kept it so systematic. But the power of ignorance is the power of avidya, the power of raga dvesha always teaches us to find the loophole and escape. Because of the power of raga and dvesha. But sir, பட்டுனாலே இது நாள் வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் சொன்னதெல்லாம் தப்பு. ரொம்ப நல்ல ஒரு பட்டுனா வாட் டஸ் இட் மீன்? யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு சே எக்ஸாக்ட்லி த ஆப்போசிட். பட் சார், சாஸ்திரமெல்லாம் அந்தந்த காலத்துக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி மாற்றிக்கணும் இல்லையா? ஸ்டபர்னாக இருக்கக்கூடாது. பிகாஸ் வேதாந்தா ஆல்சோ சேஸ் யூ ஷுட் நாட் பி ஸ்டபர்ன். நோ, கரெக்ட். மாத்திர அதிகார இஸ் நாட் வித் யூ. Yes, you have to change. But who has the adhikara to change? Who has it? You don't change. The wise one changes according to the kalakrama and you follow that. Today, since everybody is wise, they keep changing. So, kramanashamum varudhu, pratyavayamum varudhu. Na iha, you will not get these 2 doshas. Na? And if you look at the world today, only these two is happening. Why? Because of the fallacy in thinking. What is the fallacy in thinking? Shastra cannot be partly right or partly wrong. You can't be half right and half wrong. You can't be partly male and partly part right. It doesn't. But then what do? Whoever is wise, they change, and you will be following the same Shastra if you follow what they do. That is why you find every generation you find one Rishi coming and giving you a Shastra. Manu comes up with his Smriti, Yajnavalkya comes up with his Smriti, Parasara comes up with his Smriti. Up from the Smriti length comes various sutras, Bodhayana Sutra, Abhastamba Sutra. These are all the modifications done by the great rishis, not driven by likes and dislikes. So now Shastras change. Now don't make the fallacy of you. Don't make the fallacy of you changing it by yourself. Take the advice of some wise. The problem is, who is wise? I am wise. According to me, I am wise. If at all somebody is wise, one child will go to another child for advice. First of all, we don't go for advice. Even if we go for advice, we make the mistake. What is the mistake? Like one child going to another child for advice. You follow? That is why you can always notice in life, when one child has a problem, it will come and say, I discussed it with my friend. This child is ignorant. Who's another child? Equally ignorant. So two ignorant people have a discussion and they come to the conclusion. What will be the conclusion? Blind leading the blind. Yeah. But sir, Shastras has to change according to time and place and all that. No, it should change, correct? It changes. But who has the adhikara to change? And the question has to come. I decide the change. That's what you are already doing. It's not that you are going to start as though you are doing something different and you are going to do now. You are deciding already. And what is driving your decisions already? Raga and Dvesha, Kama. So you don't come in here and do the same thing. You follow? I will decide, sir. I am the best person to decide for myself, no? Give my space. I deserve my space. I need my freedom. Adalanda already you are doing. It's not that you are going to start afresh. That's what you are doing already, and you do not know the gati that it has taken you to. Now you change. How? Do karma yoga. Whoever the wise person is, take consultation and do karma yoga as that person says. If you do that, two things will not happen to you. Kramanasham will not happen, pratyavaya dosha will not come, and you will keep evolving to sannyasa. And in the level of sannyasa, another kind of knowledge comes and helps you. So from karma to karma yoga also jnanam comes and changes. From bhakti to bhakti yoga also jnana comes and changes. Both matures you to a level of sannyasa, and another kind of jnanam comes there and helps you to attain the moksha. In the karma marga level, moksha seems to be an ideal, as though you have to get to moksha. At sannyasa level, you understand that it is not getting it, it is recognizing it. At the level of karma marga, moksha means Brahma Sakshatkaram. Brahma, you have to attain Godhood. You have to attain liberation. At the level of what? One level. Once you do all this karma yoga in the way it ought to be done and all that, and reach a higher level, at that level you understand self-realization is not an attainment, it is the recognition of what you have already. Recognition of what you have already. Prapyasya praptihi illa aprapyasya praptihi. That you have Already. Adina aprapyasya prapti. That you have already puspusa, if you know solrele sir. What does it mean? Swakanda paranavat. Upanetra vat. The person wearing the glasses and searching. Where is my glass? Where is my glass? Where is my glass? Where is my glass? The child says, Inga irukkude adinna. Did you get it? It was there. That which was there already you recognized. You can't say I acquired it. So the moksha becomes that at a higher level. At a different level, moksha is an attainment at one level. At another level, it is a recognition. Kahana karmano gatihi. It is so deep, Arjuna. It is so deep. Ellathukku or sadhanam, ellathukku or path, ellame karmada. But the gati that it takes you is different. So therefore, since you have no choice but to do action, might as well know the gati that it is taking you to. Gahana karmano gatihi. And what is the starting point of this? Do obligatory duties. Are you okay? It is such a complete, it is a complete thing, but I didn't go into the discussion of what is that? What does that obligatory duty means? Because that is one whole Karmakanda portion of the Vedas. We need to sit and discuss the entire Dharma Shastra for that. Now, which is not the scope, which wasn't the scope there. But I have to touch the concepts, no? I have to touch the concepts. And how to touch the concept? That is where the question comes. Performance of karma alone is not karma yoga. Karma is different. Karma yoga is different. Everybody is doing karma. Who is not doing karma? If you look at the world, everybody is into some kind of karma or the other. Action is if you are doing karma itself is karma yoga, everybody is doing karma yoga already, yeah. So karma is done by everybody, but karma yoga is not done. Karma panna or gati. Karma yoga panna or gati. Jnana margam sankhyak vanda innor gati. All are called karma only, all are gati only, but the result is different. If you are wise, Arjuna, what will you do? As the 8th chapter, like he says, take the direct path and come to me. The Dhuma Marga, the Dakshinayana, Uttarayana, adulala, don't get the Punya, Papa, adulala, don't get caught. Directly come. Krishna Solder. Adanala chanting, start chanting Krishna's name, you will directly come there. How each and everything can be manipulated, twisted, misconstrued. He has said no, directly he has said. Sir, Ninga Sonadala or Soleve, he has directly said. That was that man's argument. I said, see, that is because you are taking the literal meaning. In any thinking, you have to take the, there are very many ways of thinking. There is a literal meaning, there is an implied meaning, there is a hidden meaning, there is a primary, I said, adukku buddhi vanundrathu sir, adukku intellect. Intellect will understand this. What is the implied meaning? What is the direct meaning? Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, the direct meaning, you will feel utterly confused. If you understand the bhava meaning behind it, it becomes clear. So you can't take the literal meaning, but you have to take the bhava meaning. நிறைய படிச்சு வச்சுன்னு வார்த்தையிலே யூகி ரொம்ப இதுதான் சார், நிறைய படிச்சாலும் இதான் பேசி எல்லாம் அப்படி ஒன்று எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு பதில் வச்சு எல்லா கேள்வியும் நீங்களே கேட்டு அதுக்கும் எல்லா பதிலும் நீங்களே சொன்னா தென் வாட் ஆர் வி we get confused. அப்பாடா then the job is done. then the job is done. சொன்னதை எனக்கு கரெக்டாக புரிஞ்சுட்டு சார்னா தான் I'll get a doubt. கேட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் utterly confused-னா I know சரி job is it okay? What's his name?
Hemu. I don't know what's his name. Hemu's son. Very sweet person. பார்த்தாங்க போதே அவங்க போல அவர் தான் he was saying from 1960s 50s he was talking
இருக்கும் ஏன்னா அந்த டைம்
இல்ல எனக்கு
has to be those times. எனக்கு வந்து கேஷ் கொடுத்தா It's okay. Right. Right.